Welcome to the ASTRALX Deep Dive, illuminating your path. I'm Solarian Zephyr, your cosmic strategist.
And I'm Lunaria Celine, your intuitive guide.
We bridge celestial wisdom,
Unlock your modern path.
discover guiding starlight insights.
Explore powerful cosmic energies.
How do planetary transits shape your story today? That's really the core question, isn't it?
It is, and that's what we dig into here.
So in this deep dive, we're focusing on source material that's specifically tailored for, well, a really unique cosmic blueprint. The Leo Sun woman with Cancer rising. We're unpacking what the source tells us about the celestial energies you'll likely be navigating in 2025.
And this source material, it paints such a vivid picture, It looks at the potential energetic landscape just for this archetype.
Right, how that fiery, expressive Leo Sun heart interacts with the more sensitive, nurturing side of Cancer rising.
Exactly. Especially during a year like 2025, which looks pretty transformative according to the source. It's about seeing your path illuminated by starlight.
Okay, so let's start with that core archetype. The source introduces it beautifully, doesn't it? It calls you the solar sovereign cradled by the lunar tide.
I love that phrasing. It really captures the essence. The sun and the moon held together.
So the Leo Sun part, that's the blazing core, the regal purpose.
Precisely. It's that radiant source of being, burning with purpose, creativity, that real need to shine, to express your unique light.
And the Cancer rising is the tide, the buffer.
Sort of the moonlit shore or the protective shell. It's how you first meet the world, sensitive, nurturing, intuitive, often with this really strong, caring, protective instinct. And the source sums up this duality so well. You are the lioness whose roar is tempered by the moon's embrace.
Wow.
Yeah. Someone whose natural authority, that warmth, it's softened, deepened by empathy, by intuition. The source even gives it a specific name. The heart that is a throne room.
The heart that is a throne room.
Yeah.
Powerful. Okay, let's get into the energy for 2025 itself. The source seems to frame it using this idea of quantum astrology, right?
Yes, and it centers on a major celestial event, the Neptune-Saturn Conjunction in Aries.
Okay.
This conjunction, the source argues, is really the year's fundamental core alchemy.
Core alchemy. And it's active for a while, February to August.
That's right, with the exact point hitting June 29th. And what's really interesting about this quantum astrology perspective and the source is how it suggests that our subtle energetic fluctuations, like your awareness, your intention, they actually interact with these big cosmic patterns.
So it's not just stuff happening to us.
Not entirely. It's more about how your engagement, your focus can sort of shape potential realities. It implies consciousness plays a role.
Quantum.
Yeah.
So unpredictable potential, consciousness meeting energy.
That's the idea. And for you, with this Leo Sun, Cancer rising blueprint, this huge Neptune-Saturn conjunction lands right in your 10th house.
Okay, 10th house, that's career, legacy, public image. Basically how the world sees you.
Exactly. Right at the visible peak of your chart. So this massive collision of energies is happening where you define your impact, your achievements.
Collision.
Ah.
Sounds intense.
Well, the source definitely describes it as potent. You've got Saturn there, structure, ambition, karma. A source calls it a forge of crystallized ambition. It demands tangible results, discipline, solid authority.
Saturn wants you to build something real, leave that mark.
Right. But then you have Neptune right there with it. Neptune is dissolution, vision, spirit. It's like a shimmering mist of idealism. It dissolves old forms, asks for surrender to something higher, blurs the lines.
So less about the fortress, more about the soul's path.
Precisely. And they're meeting in Aries, the sign of the self, initiation, courage, that raw pioneering spark, the warrior's cry for authenticity.
Wow. Okay, so in your public life, you've got Saturn demanding structure, Neptune dissolving things and calling for spirit, all fueled by Aries' me-first energy.
Yes. The source calls this whole dynamic quantum fluctuations in your crown.
Quantum fluctuations in your crown. That sounds potentially chaotic, maybe unsettling.
It can definitely feel that way. It's a powerful push and pull. Saturn saying, build your fortress. This is your achievement, your authority.
Neptune's whispering.
But is this really your soul's purpose? Is there a more compassionate way, a more fluid way to lead? But the source says this friction isn't about failure, it's pressure.
Okay, pressure to do what exactly?
To integrate. The source introduces this fascinating concept, the wave-particle duality of leadership.
Wave particle. Like in physics.
Kind of. It means learning to be both the defined, powerful particle in your public role, that's the Saturn and Aries drive, asserting structure, and the fluid visionary wave that's Neptune's influence, bringing in intuition, empathy, connection to something bigger.
So the clash between structure and flow, ambition and surrender, we're meant to work with it, not avoid it.
According to this source, yes. That friction is the very thing forming like a pearl of authentic sovereignty within you. This whole cosmic event, especially around that June 29th peak, it's really designed to refine what true authority means for you.
An authority that integrates both worlds.
Exactly. Tangible achievement and deep spiritual truth. It's like the crucible where your true crown is being forged.
Okay, let's zoom in on some of the other key transits the source highlights, starting with one that speaks right to your Leo sun, Mars in Leo.
Ah, yes, Mars in Leo. This happens twice in 2025, first Jan 4th to Feb 12th, then again August 5th to September 20th.
And the source says this really ignites your core.
Totally. For the Leo Sun, Cancer rising archetype, the source calls this the Lioness Roars, amplified. It just surges your fundamental vitality. The source uses this image of your solar core reactor.
Yeah, I like that.
Being infused with primal courage, creative drive. It's like a nuclear fusion of willpower.
Sounds like a double espresso shot for your inner Leo.
It really does. And the source's quantum lens here is that Mars injects pure kinetic energy right into that core. You might actually feel this physically.
Okay, a somatic anchor. How might that feel in the body?
The source suggests feeling heat or power radiating from your heart center, very Leo, and your solar plexus, your power center. And when you need to ground that amplified fire or step into courage, the source suggests a practice. Stamp your feet firmly on the ground that connects to the Aries energy we talked about.
Okay.
Unleash a silent roar deep in your belly, feel that Leo power, and then place a hand over your heart, bringing in that protective Cancer rising shield.
That really weaves them together. Is there an affirmation?
Yes. My fire is sacred. My courage is nurturing. I lead with heart. It connects the drive with the care.
Beautiful. The source also gives a historical echo for this blend. Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis.
Yes, she's presented as an example of this archetype. While it's not about this specific Mars transit for her, her public persona really showed that mix, the Cancerian grace, intuition, fierce protection of family and legacy.
Right, that protectiveness.
Combined with the Leonine poise, that regal quality, and a powerful, even if quiet, public influence. It has that 10th house resonance, that blend in the public eye.
Seeing it in someone real helps make sense of it. And there's an interactive ritual linked to the new moon in Leo in August.
Yes, this is about actively embodying that amplified Lioness energy. The journal prompt suggestion is, what sacred creative fire wants to roar through me this year? How can my leadership nurture as well as inspire?
Nurture and inspire. Key distinction.
Exactly. The ritual involves a gold candle for Leo, holding a moonstone or pearl for Cancer, putting on music that makes you feel fierce, dancing it out, and then actually roaring your intention. Out loud or silently.
I love the permission to just roar.
It's about reclaiming that primal creative power. The source also gives this a cultural resonance thing. Mufasa's sovereign wisdom meets Molly Weasley's fierce protection.
Ah, okay. Leading with the lion's heart and the crab's loyalty. Got it.
Okay, let's circle back now to that main event, the Neptune-Saturn Conjunction in Aries, especially focusing on its peak around June 29th, happening right there in your 10th house.
Right, the crucible of authority, that collision point at the top of the chart.
Exactly. And the source describes this peak moment for your archetype as the sovereign gazes into the smoky mirror of destiny.
Smoky mirror suggests things aren't clear.
Precisely. It's where illusions about leadership, success, legacy, they're likely to dissolve, leaving just the core truth of your purpose, which is demanding to be, well, crystallized, made real.
So things could feel really uncertain. Career shifts, maybe unexpected changes in public role.
It's very possible. The source's quantum lens here is called the uncertainty principle of legacy. Like in physics, you can't perfectly measure position and momentum at once.
Right.
The source asks, can you measure your ambition, build that structure, Saturn particle, while also surrendering to divine flow and serving a collective vision, Neptune wave, in your career? The conjunction blurs those lines. It demands both concrete action and deep faith.
Okay, how does that feel physically? That intense push-pull, the somatic anchor?
You might notice tension, maybe in your crown chakra, that connection to purpose in your public role, or maybe in your shoulders, feeling the weight of authority, real or perceived.
The burden.
Yeah. And Neptune's fog can feel like disorientation or even empathy overload, just feeling too much from the collective.
So how do you work with that?
The source suggests standing tall in body, that Leo strength, place your hands on your crown, and visualize Saturn's strong rings forming a supportive structure around Neptune's soft, dissolving light. Not crushing it, but containing it.
Structuring the vision itself. I like that. And the affirmation.
My authority is both strong and compassionate. My vision is both clear and surrendered.
Holding both sides. Okay, who's this historical echo here?
Emmeline Pankhurst. Her relentless drive for women's suffrage, that's potent, 10th house, Leo-like leadership, building a real legacy. The source speculates her Cancer rising might have fueled those fierce protective instincts for the women she fought for.
Blending the nurturing with the structural change.
Exactly. That protective care channeled into a public mission. And there's an interactive ritual for integration suggested for later in the year, November 2025, when Saturn goes direct in Pisces.
So bringing the lessons home.
Right. The journal prompt is, what old crown of ambition or expectation must dissolve for my true, heart-led authority to emerge? What practical step can I take towards a more soul-aligned role? Something that feels like my authentic legacy.
Okay, and the ritual.
It involves a saltwater foot soak, blending Cancerian water and Neptunian Pisces, lighting incense for Neptune, writing down the old crown, the outdated ideas about authority, on paper,
and then
dissolving it in the salt water, then visualizing a new crown forming Leo gold for radiance, intertwined with Cancerian pearl for nurturing wisdom.
That sounds incredibly clearing and potent. Release and visioning.
It is. And the cultural resonance the source gives, this whole conjunction is your Elizabeth I, the Golden Age moment.
Okay.
Navigating tricky public waters, Neptune, with that strong, heart-centered authority, Leo, and shrewd structure, Saturn, really defining something significant. 10th house.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about Jupiter, the planet of expansion moving through Gemini. That happens May 25th to October 9th, activating your 11th house.
Right, the 11th house. That's networks, friendships, hopes for the future, group endeavors. With big Jupiter here, the source calls you the radiant queen of her tribe.
Radiant queen of her tribe. So this is about connection.
Exponentially. Your networks, connections, your ability to gather your people, it's set to expand massively. While the 10th is individual legacy, the 11th is community, collective dreams.
And how your personal light affects that whole sphere.
Exactly. The source's quantum lens talks about Jupiter amplifying Gemini's resonance field of connection. It's like your social gravity, well, just intensifies. Ideas spark with others, collaborations get exciting, your influence ripples out.
This actually sounds like, well, a bit of a relief after the Neptune-Saturn intensity. More airy, maybe?
It definitely has a lighter, more outward feel. The somatic anchor is described as maybe a buzzing energy in your fingertips, Gemini communication, or a lightness in the upper chest, linked to the 11th house aspirations.
Okay.
And still that warmth radiating from the heart center, your Leo core reaching out. The practice suggested is community breath.
Community breath.
Yeah, you inhale golden light into your heart, Leo, and then exhale shimmering silver light, Cancer Gemini, out to your network. Visualize that flow, that connection.
Breathing your light out to your tribe. That's lovely. Affirmation.
My light attracts my tribe. Together we dream bigger.
Simple and powerful. Is there a historical echo for this kind of expansive, connected influence?
The source points to Madonna, another figure often typed as Leo's sun, Cancer rising. Think about how she fused that Cancerian ability to tap collective emotion, reinvent her home or image with sheer Leo star power, charisma, and a real mastery of communication, trends, networks, that Gemini 11th house vibe to build an empire and influence culture.
Connecting deeply while radiating out through those networks. Makes sense. And an interactive ritual for the full moon in Sagittarius in June.
Yes, this one's about celebrating and expanding those collective hopes. The journal prompt asks, what dream for my community or the world sets my Leo heart ablaze? Who in my network reflects my Cancerian values, loyalty, nurturing, protection?
Finding the heart alignment in the network.
Exactly. And the ritual involves gathering with your people literally or virtually. Sharing food, very Cancerian. Then each person shares a collective hope, an 11th house dream, while the others shine metaphorical spotlights of support back at them, really embodying that collective Leo encouragement.
A collective spotlight. I love that.
Me too. And the cultural resonance is described as your sisterhood of the traveling pants meets Ocean's 8.
Okay, nurturing bonds within a dynamic, clever group.
Coming together to achieve something brilliant and impactful, that's the vibe. Okay, so building on all this, the source then offers this really compelling perspective. It suggests that how you actually engage with that core Neptune-Saturn energy, it presents three potential paths, three quantum paths you can consciously choose.
So it's not just one predetermined outcome. It's about choice and navigation.
Exactly. It's an active invitation. Choose your quantum path. The first potential timeline the source outlines is the Linus's Forge.
The Forge. Sounds like leaning into the Saturn side, the building side.
It is. This path emerges if you consciously decide to embrace that Saturn and Aries energy in your 10th house. The choice is really doubling down on disciplined ambition, setting tangible goals, embodying structured, courageous leadership.
Using Neptune's vision, but channeling it into a concrete plan.
Right. Building that fortress of legacy with Leo courage and Saturn structure. The potential outcome, a major career milestone, real public recognition, solidifying something tangible, a business, a powerful reputation.
Sounds impressive. Is there a downside?
The source flags the risk of burnout. It really emphasizes that this path requires dedicated Cancer-rising self-nurturing to sustain that kind of drive. The feeling is like building a golden citadel, strong and earned. Okay, the second potential timeline, the tide's sacred surrender.
Surrender. So this leans more into Neptune.
Definitely. The choice here is to consciously release rigid career plans, to surrender more fully to a higher calling, to your intuition, or maybe to respond directly to a collective need you feel deeply.
So Saturn's energy is used differently here.
Yes, more for grounding, like using consistent routines to stay anchored rather than purely for external ambition. Leadership comes through inspired service, through compassion.
Becoming more of a vessel, maybe, in your public role?
That's a good way to put it. The potential outcome is profound spiritual alignment in your work. Maybe even a career shift towards healing, arts, spirituality work, driven purely by soul purpose. Deep, emotional fulfillment through service.
What's the potential risk here?
The source mentions potential diffuseness, maybe a lack of clear direction if not grounded. It stresses that this path really requires your Leo sun's core self-definition, that inner fire, to stay anchored and not just drift. The feeling is like becoming a lighthouse, your Cancerian glow guiding others, fueled by that steady Leonine inner flame.
All right, and the third path, the Sovereign's integrated court.
This one is presented as consciously dancing the polarity, actively weaving Saturn structure with Neptune vision.
So not choosing one over the other, but blending them.
Exactly. The choice is to define bold, authentic leadership goals. That's the Saturn Aries part, but ensure they serve a soulful, compassionate purpose. That's Neptune. You use your Cancer rising empathy to lead inclusively, protectively. Your Leo sunfire to inspire and shine. And you consciously leverage that Jupiter and the 11th energy for powerful collaborations.
Wow, that sounds like the ultimate integration. Structure and flow, head and heart, personal power and collective good.
That's the aim. The potential outcome is creating a truly revolutionary model of heart-centered leadership. Launching something, a venture, an initiative that blends authority with nurturing for the collective good. Achieving both recognition and deep fulfillment. Becoming a beacon of integrated power.
And the feeling of that.
The source describes it as holding court where the throne is warm, the crown is luminous with both gold and pearl, and the doors are open, leading with immense strength and grace.
It's really powerful seeing these possibilities laid out like that. It really underscores that it's an active process, how you navigate the year.
Absolutely. It invites you to really reflect which path resonates most right now. Based on the source materials framework, what's your soul's calling, your growth edge?
So as we wrap up this deep dive, the source offers a beautiful final whisper, doesn't it?
It does. It reminds you, Sovereign One, your Leo heart is a sun, brilliant, warm, life-giving, and your Cancer rising is the moonlit shore, receptive, protective, deeply knowing.
Holding sacred space.
Yes. And 2025 asks you to wear your authority not as rigid, cold gold, but as warm gold, flexible gold, infused with that soft silver light of the moon.
It really emphasizes that the Neptune-Saturn crucible, that intensity in your 10th house, it isn't breaking you. It's forging a crown that truly fits your authentic integrated self.
Nurture that inner lioness, fiercely use all that Cancer rising protective care for yourself, and then let her roar. Let her roar with a power that heals and connects just as much as it commands.
Your heart is the throne room. Your sensitivity is your strength.
Exactly. Your radiance, tempered by that tide of compassion, becomes this unstoppable force of compassionate leadership. The stage is set. Step onto it and reign. And that leads to the final provocative thought from the source for you to consider. Given everything we've explored, how might surrendering, that's Neptune, to a higher calling, actually require more authentic courage, your Aries Leo sun, than simply chasing conventional success, Saturn? Something to ponder as our cosmic journey concludes.
Dive deeper into your unique path.
Request your email audio reading now.
Find the link in the description below.
Explore episode resources and links.
All details are waiting for you there.
Ignite, think, become.
Subscribe for Starlight Insights.
Thank you for joining us.